So students, here today we will discuss about the nested loops. So we had started this nested loop and we are just learning how to create patterns. Okay, so before going to the patterns, I want to discuss few things over here. Patterns are normally we are doing in the triangular shape. Okay, so different way that we are actually taking the data and then representing it in certain pattern form. Okay, so let us see that first of all that what is actually the nesting of loops. Nesting of loop means whenever a loop, suppose you are writing a for loop, whenever you are loop you are representing inside another loop. So as long as if you are putting a loop inside a loop, okay, then what will happen, the outermost loop, say this one is the outermost loop for I in range I am giving out here, say 1 colon 6. That means what, this range function is very important first of all, because without this range functions lot of things won't happen. Okay, so this range function is actually will help you out in order to run the loop. Okay, how, simply if I am taking out here print say here I comma end and equals to here this particular things. Okay, a space you can give out here. Okay, like this, not a space, not a space, you can give it like this, or you can give a space also, doesn't matter. Okay, so what will happen, print end equals to this, then what will happen, 1 to 6 5 numbers will be printed. Fine, so this is actually the execution, the normal execution 6 times, because loop is a first of all loop is a branching statement, conditional branching statement, and two types of loops are available. Okay, two types of loops are available execution wise. So what is that, infinite and finite. All right, infinite, finite, there are two types of loops available. Okay, finite one means that whatever you are actually desiring, that one will be appearing. So now the thing is that I am giving the name loop 5 out here. So loop 5 is actually will be executing right now 1 to 6. That means what, the range function will execute the program, but the output will come till 1 to 5. Okay, so you see out here, so there is another problem. Okay, just a minute, I'll just close it and run it once again. Okay, so that will give you a clear cut idea. So the range function, what it does actually, range function is a kind of function that always will execute and give the output one less. One less means suppose 1 to 6 if you are using, in that case what will happen, 1 to 5 you will get. Okay, so 1 to 5 you will get, that is the normal execution of a loop, and the finite execution you can say. Okay, because this is having a certain number, say first 5 natural numbers that we are doing, 1 2 3 4 5 has been appeared over here. Since we have not given a space out here, this is just a null character, that's why. So that is the thing. So now how this is happening, 1 to 6 means what, it is checking all the time the condition. As long as condition persists, okay, then it will execute. And here we did not mention any step, only the initial value and the final value. And then you need to mention, you no need to mention here the step 1, because the previous value will automatically will be increased by 1, but anything other than that you need to mention. That is the purpose of a range function. So for example, if you want to do it in backward direction from 10 to 1 suppose, so give 10 to 0, that's what it will stop just before 0, which is 1. And as you are proceeding, in that case you have to give minus 1. Okay, so what will happen, 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 minus 1 is 8. Since it is not plus 1, even minus 1 you need to mention. So what I have told, anything other than step 1, this is actually called modification step. A loop is having 3 different elements, initialization, condition and modification. Okay, initialization, condition and modification. Fine. So now run, if you are executing here, run module, let us see then what will be the output. Okay, then you will be able to understand what is actually happening. Okay, that is the thing. So now you see the output, it has printed in backward order. Okay, 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. When it has been reached to 1, okay, fine, that at that time the condition was true. Okay, so the one important aspect of loop is, as long as condition persists, the loop will execute, but moment the condition will become false, then what will happen, the loop will be terminated. So this is called a finite kind of loop. The loop that does not terminate at all the time conditions are true, it is called an infinite loop. All right, so here what is happening, before reaching to 0 it is coming at 1, till that time the condition persists, so the loop has executed. Now then next 1 minus 1 has become 0 and it does not match, okay, with the criteria of range, so the loop has been terminated. So in this way we are able to get this kind of output. Okay, now let us come to the nested loop, how the formation will take place in the nested loop. Okay, so I am just opening a new program. Okay, say for example just a triangular pattern we are thinking of. Okay, simply, okay, you see out here I have notepad. Okay, sorry, notepad, just a minute, I'm just opening notepad in order to show you the this thing, what you call the pattern, what pattern I'm going to generate, okay, by using the nested concept. Fine, so first of all, so I want to generate like this 1 1 2, then 1 2 3, then 1 2 3 4, and then 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this pattern I want to generate. Okay, so now how would I do this? Okay, so the thing is that this one, for writing this one, okay, so here first of all generating pattern using nested loop. This is the remark has been given, nested loop. All right, so in the first session I have just explained you what is loop, and in the second session we are coming with the nested loop. So the loop says that here how many rows are there? There are 5 rows, and all the time it is starting with 1 1 1 1 1. Okay, and as this is actually the outer loop has been executed 5 times, but the inner loop has been executed that many number of times that we are going to mention. Okay, second time you see, first time one time, second time the outer loop has executed but inner loop has been executed for 2 times, third times 1 2 3, fourth time 1 2 3 4, means 4 times the execute loop has been executed. So this is the best way to understand the nested loop. So it clearly proves that as long as inner loop does not completes its full rotation, full set of rotations, okay, so the main loop, means the outer loop, is not going for the next rotation. That is the main theme of the nested loop. All right, so now you give out here for, okay, for say I take I, j, and this is quite easy to take. You can take other variables also. For I in range, what, in range 1 comma 6, because you need to execute it 5 times. All right, so that's why 6, and no need to mention any steps because it is increasing by 1. Okay, so now what will you do for j in range, what, 1 to how many number of times, what is the value of I? But here if I give I, then it won't happen. Okay, you have to give +1 because range always stops at 1 less. That's why you have to increase the previous step by 1, so it will just stop it. If it is 2, then it will stop at 1. If it is 3, then it will stop at 2. That's what 1 2 and all has been given. Okay, so sorry, I forgot to give this colon, and then print. Here I'm giving what, print I, sorry, print j, comma, then what will happen, what is to be given, end equals to a space you give, that is enough. And now the thing is that one more command we have to give, that is the print /n. Why print /n? Why print /n? Otherwise the line which will not be created. /n means a new line feed, which is also known as escape sequence. Okay, and where we need to give it, when this particular inner loop will complete its rotation and the control will go for next rotation of the outer loop, there you have to give. So it is a part of outer loop, so this tab to be followed, not this index. You need to follow this tab, okay, this index. Okay, since this is actually the meant for the block of outermost for. Okay, so what is actually you need to do is, here you give print and here you give double quote slash double quote /n, that is enough. All right, so now sorry, here you need to close the double quotes, double quotes, and close it. Fine, now you execute it nicely. Okay, run module. Okay, so I'm giving you the name of this one as loop 6. Okay, loop 6, fine. So now what is happening out here, you see the output, the simple similar output will be appearing. All right, so now now it will be coming. Yes, it has come like this: 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 and 1 2 3 4 5. Simple. Okay, so that is the thing. So as we have discussed in this pattern, we have assigned out here, there is a simple similarity. You can see that same thing, it is same pattern, it is actually been generated when we have written the program like this: 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. So for example, now if you want to generate this, if you want to generate this particular thing, say 1 2 2 sorry 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 comma 3, then 4 comma 4 comma 4 comma 4, and then 5 comma 5 5 5 5. So now if with the same program, so you need to do a bit change out here. Okay, so then you will get this kind of pattern. So 1 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 times 4, and then 5 times 5. Okay, so what change do we require out here? Only a single change will change the entire output. So what is this? It is clearly shown that when you are printing this one in this particular pattern, you have used the value of j, because it is changing all the time. But here what is happening? No change. Okay, so only the execution times are similar, but the values are not values are not different, they are similar. Number of times execution, what in the previous program what we have found, that is same thing. Here also the same thing, no change, but the change in the set of values. Okay, 1 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 4 and 5, all 5 times 5. Okay, so what changes do you need? So in that case what will happen, the value which this particular thing, actually you see out here, the outermost loop is executing 5 times for the creation of 5 rows. So that's why the value of the outermost loop is also changing 5 times. So if we are giving the value out here, giving the variable I out here, then our purpose will be solved. So you may ask that how it is. So just let me save it. Okay, so loop 7, I'm changing it in loop 7, save it. Okay, then what will happen, you see the simple thing will take place. Now I am executing this program. Okay, see out here, the value which we have desired for, the output which we have desired for, that has been created. Okay, 1 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 5 5 5. So it is clearly shows that outermost loop will be running only the number that has been given, and the innermost loop will complete its rotation whatever we will assign. Okay, and then what will happen, once it will be completed, the in rotation of the innermost loop will complete its rotation, the outermost loop will start its next execution. Okay, so let us go with some other pattern, so it will be easy to understand for you. So let us see now what else. So I'm just deleting this one. Okay, so I am just doing out here 1, then 2 and 1, we are going backward. Okay, 3 2 1 and 4 3 2 1 and 5 4 3 2 1. Okay, that is the thing, 5 4 3 2 1. All right, that is the thing. So now what is actually happening out here, 5 4 3 2 1, let's see. So how this output to be generated? Okay, so here it is a tendency to decrease it, yes or no? Here there is a tendency to decrease it. Next we will change something in this particular program. So here it is increasing 1 2 3 4 5. So row wise if you go, and column wise it is increasing, and row wise it is decreasing. So it is ending at 1. So it is quite clear that we have to complete the innermost loop into 1. That means it is clear from here, we have to give out here how much to be given, 0. And as it has been given out here, so from where this value is coming, this value is coming from the outermost loop, because once the innermost loop is completed its rotation, it is going for the outermost loop, it is going to the outermost loop. So this value which has been changed 5 times out here has to be taken from the outermost loop. Okay, so now let us see that whether the output how it is appearing. So it is I, okay, it will start from I, and as it is decreasing in going towards 1, so we have to give the step -1. Fine. So now let us execute this program and then see whether it is coming correctly or not. Okay, so here I am giving the name loop 8, I am assigning the name with loop 8 and then going to save this one. Okay, now let us see this whether it is functioning properly or not. Okay, that is the thing. So let the output to come once, then we will be very much sure our pattern is having a tendency to increase column wise and to decrease it row wise. Okay, so let us execute the program once and then see then how it is going to happen. Just a minute. So not this one, sorry, not this one. So just a minute. Just a minute, I'll just execute this one. Oh, I have not changed this one. This is supposed to be J. That's why it is giving you the same output. Okay, that's actually effect. That's why you have to be very careful while executing the program. You must mention the proper variable, otherwise you are going to get the undesired output. Okay, that is the thing. So 1 2 1 3 2 1 4 3 2 1 and 5 4 3 2 1 will be generating. Fine. So in this way you need to create the patterns. Okay, you need to create the patterns. All right, that is the thing. Okay, so this is the one that you must practice practically and let us be perfect in making the patterns. Patterns are maybe of different types. Okay, so you need to be very much careful while doing this kind of patterns. Okay, so I have demonstrating few to out here. Okay, and you must implement it practically. All right, then thank you, and some more patterns also I will be coming with in my next videos. Thank you once again.